You are getting ready to listen to the voice of Dr. Rhadi Ferguson, 2004 Olympian, four-time national judo champion, Brazilian jiu-jitsu black belt, author, speaker, and coach.
So what's going on? Dr. Rhadi Ferguson here. Just want to share a small word or experience with you that I got from a conversation that I had with my son this past week. We were sitting down on the couch in the house, and out of the blue, the little dude was like, "Hey, Daddy, what was it like training for the Olympics?" And for the people who know me, I really don't like talking about the whole Olympics or the Olympic process. There's a lot to it. It's super traumatic. All the stories don't end well. There's a lot of people who have Olympic dreams and end in Olympic nightmares. There's a lot of people who are hopeful about going to the Olympics, and then at the end of the process, they end up being hopeless. But he asked me, "What's it like?" And I said, "Rufus, is like being on the side of a really steep mountain with everybody climbing, and there's parts when you're on your hands and knees and you're trying to go up the mountain, and the mountain is cutting up your knees, it's cutting up your fingernails, and the tips of your hands get raw, and then I said, you grip fight sometimes, Rufus, and then your fingernails pull away from your skin." He says, "Yeah, Daddy, that hurts. It hurts when I wash my hands." I said, "Well, it's like that. Imagine you climbing up a mountain, and then your fingernails peel back, and then the edge of your fingertips get raw, and then your feet get raw, and then the mountain starts scratching up your shirt, and you're dirty, and rocks and rain fall on you, and you're bleeding, but you keep climbing, and then you start seeing people cry and yell and holler and get off the mountain, and then complain about the weather, complain about how hot it is, complain about how bad their legs hurt. But there's still a group of people who just keep climbing. And there's some people who they climb and that they can handle the climb, but something happens and they lose their footing, they slip off and they fall. I said, the process is, no matter how bad or how bloody or how hurt you get, I said, man, you got to keep climbing. I said, if you fall down to the bottom, you got to get back on the mountain and you got to keep climbing. I said, some people get so discouraged when they fall down to the bottom, and they look down at the blood on their hands and their feet and on their knees and on their chest, and they can't fathom getting back on that mountain again and climbing. I said, and that's what it's like when you go for 3-4 years and you don't make it, and then you go again for another 4. I said, you just bleed, and so you hurt, and you climb, and you keep climbing. I said, and when you get to the top, you find out that more often than not, the people who don't make it to the top are the people who just stopped climbing. I said, if you stop climbing, if you get involved in how bad you hurt, instead of getting involved in climbing, I said, you'll never make it to the top. I said, it is an exercise in brutality, an exercise in mental violence, an exercise in patience, an exercise in being steadfast, and an exercise in being faithful to the thing that you want. I said, that is what it's like. And he said, "Okay, Daddy." And that was the end of the conversation. But what I want to give to you today that I gave Rufus then is, you have a situation or a thing in your life that is at the top of a mountain. It's a pinnacle experience for you. And I posted today about what I heard about in church was, your gifts will make room for you. Your gift or your gifts that you have will allow you to be successful and pushed out as being great before men. That particular gift has a thing for you at the top of a mountain, at the top of a pinnacle experience. You can believe in that thing, but faith without works is dead, and you need to climb for the thing. Whatever you do, don't get so involved in somebody else's dream or somebody else's job or somebody else's pinnacle experience that you stop climbing for yourself. Be steadfast and be faithful to your particular climb for your thing based upon the gifts that you have, because your gifts have made the mountain for you. Your gifts have created the pinnacle experience for you, and your gifts have made the way for you to climb. You just have to move out of your way so that you can climb. Do not get involved in the trick of the enemy about how bad things hurt. Let me tell you something about me. I tell some of my friends this and they don't believe me. I absolutely relish and love misery and bad experiences. They suck when you're going through it. Don't get me wrong. Love it. I'm talking about love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. And it sucks. I'm not telling you that I love the pain. And I don't love it. I just love going through it. Because the thing about it is that there's growth coming. Listen, you can't have a groundbreaking experience without some groundbreaking. That's just what happens. You can't heal without being broken. You don't have a triumph story if you don't overcome anything. That's just what it is. That's just part of the deal. And a lot of people in life, they think that they can get to the top by circumventing confrontation. You can't do it. You can't slip and slide your way to the top. You can slip and slide your way to the bottom, but you got to climb your way to the top. And you climbing your way to the top doesn't require you to pull anybody else down as you go. You climbing to the top has nothing to do with you reaching and grabbing and pulling somebody else down as you go. You just get involved in your climb and your process and your thing. Just get involved. Keep climbing. Fingers bloody, keep climbing. Knees scraped up, keep climbing. Blisters on the bottom of your feet, keep climbing. As my good friend Winston Williams said, I said, man, what's the key to finishing a marathon? He said, left, right, repeat. And that's what you got to do. Keep getting up in the morning, keep putting your left foot in front of your right foot, keep repeating, and keep climbing. This is Dr. Ferguson. Have a super fantastic day. And remember, I love you, but God loves you best.